Why don't I use the Osmo Pocket 3 anymore? Maybe that's a little bit dramatic because I still use it, I just don't use it for the same reason that I started out using it for. That same reason I got excited about it in the first place, and the same reason I advocated for using it when it first came out. I do feel like I need to give you some context for this in case you now start to panic that you made the wrong choice and you bought the wrong camera, or just start to cuss me out because I gave it such a glowing review for such a long time. Don't get me wrong, this is still a great camera, and I will give you a few situations, 3 actually, later on as to when I don't hesitate to choose it over something else. But for the times that I do choose to leave it at home, let me give you a little bit of backstory for some context. So I got the DJI Pocket 2 a few months after it came out, whenever that was, and I was in love with that camera. It had its shortcomings, but it was one of my main vlogging cameras alongside the GoPro Hero 11 at the time, which I also very much loved. When DJI told me the Pocket 3 was ready and they sent it to me, I was so frigging excited, it felt like Christmas, I'm not gonna lie. And it was pretty much everything I wanted from the Pocket 2, but better. Even though they skipped out on weather sealing, which was and still is a big deal for me. But I genuinely loved the Pocket 3. The image quality was a huge reason why, as was the tracking feature. I'm not going to bore you with why I stopped using the Osmo Action 3 and also the Hero 11, because I was using both of those cameras around the same time that I also had the Pocket 3. But let's just say when the Action 4 came out, I was completely sold on that camera. I loved it. The image quality, the wireless connection with the DJI mics, it quickly became a favourite. And if you've watched any of my videos, you will see that to this day, I still use the Osmo Action 4. Even though I have the Action 5 and the new Action 6, I still use the Action 4 because it's so good. But there is one situation where I don't use the Action 4, and I did a video about that literally a few days ago. So if you want to know, then you can watch that on the channel. But anyway, the Action 4 is where things started to change for me when I had the Pocket 3. So remember how I said that the weather sealing was an issue with the Pocket 3 and still is an issue with the Pocket 3. It's obviously not an issue when shooting with the Action 4 or any traditional action camera for that matter. Imagine shooting in these conditions with the Pocket 3. I would never chance it, but with the action cameras, I can just keep filming happily and not have to worry. So one of the other things that I love about action cameras and why I tend to choose them for vlogging over the Pocket 3 now is the wide field of view and how immersive it feels. Now, this is definitely a subjective view because a lot of people don't actually like that ultra wide look, but I love it. In particular, when I'm in a picturesque location. When I watch the footage back, I love to see the location behind me and just see everything in there. I also love to see in other people's videos when they've shot their vlogs with action cameras as well. Again, it just gives you a sense of being there and a sense of place. The Pocket 3 doesn't quite give you that because you have a narrow field of view and you've got also a slightly blurry background. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that for walk and talk vlogs, I really like the immersive look. Now, before I move on to reason 3, I just want to mention something in Artlist that can help you if you feel like you're stuck with your videos. Because recently, Artlist added the AI models Kling 2.6 Pro and Kling O1 Video. And in a previous video, I mentioned how text to video prompts are actually very useful in the whole brainstorming phase when you're trying to create videos. So if you know that you're going to go to a specific place and you want to shoot B-roll, but you can't think of any interesting or creative ways to film it, you can use these tools to generate ideas. You type in a prompt, it creates a short example clip, and you basically build yourself a little idea bank. Then when you get to the location, you can literally just pull up those clips and emulate whichever one you want for that specific scene. For me, in the beginning, B-roll used to be that thing that would hold me back a little bit, and I'd film a video, or I'd get halfway through filming a video, and I'd have these ideas in my head of how I wanted the B-roll to look, and they'd never just quite come out how I pictured them to, because I didn't really have a visual reference as to how I get the shot and the framing that I'd have for the shot, so I just feel really disheartened and I just end up scrapping the video sometimes. So being able to basically tell AI the shot that you have in mind, generate that clip, and then copy the movement or the framing on location can really make that whole process so much easier and just more enjoyable, to be honest. So your ideas are really just brought to life, not just imagined. It gives you the confidence because you've got a bank of ideas ready to go, and it makes getting those shots so much quicker and easier. So if you want to try it out and start building a reference library for yourself, I've dropped a link in the description where you can get 2 extra months free on an annual plan. And it's not just for AI tools, I actually use Artlist for music and sound effects as well, and I have done for years. So if you're serious about creating videos, then they've pretty much got everything that you need, and I've dropped that link in the description for you. So, on to reason 3. Now, even though you've got a good couple of hours before you even need to worry about battery life with the Osmo Pocket 3, you have even more capacity with something like the Action 4, 5 or the 6 because you can swap batteries out, which means you can carry as many batteries as you want and truly be able to film all day. With the Pocket 3, when it dies, you can charge up the handle and then start shooting again, but it's just added friction. But for those short bursts, like grabbing quick clips here and there, you won't eat through the battery life that quickly. More and more, I am really trying to slim down the amount of gear that I take out and about with me. And one of the things that I tend to do if I take the Pocket 3 with me anywhere is keep it in the case that it comes in. So I have all the bits in one place and just extra protection for the camera. The difference between taking the Pocket 3 in its case and just being able to toss an action camera in my bag with its handle on is huge. It takes up so little room and I don't have to worry about it getting damaged because, let's say, I didn't pack it properly. So with an action camera, the handle and the Mic 3, I have a really slim vlogging setup that doesn't eat up loads of space in my small sling, and I still have room for a few other essentials. So like I said, I haven't completely abandoned the Pocket 3. There are certain situations where I will still use it, much like I'm doing right now. So the first one is static talking heads, where I'm sitting or I'm standing in one place and I can position the camera a little further away and not have it so close up as if I was holding it out in front of me. Especially if I'm filming indoors like I am now, since a lot of places will not have the best lighting. So I'm sitting in front of a window and I've got these 2 lights behind me. If I were to use my action camera, the footage wouldn't look half as good. It'd look decent, but it wouldn't look as good as if I were to use the Pocket 3. So this is why, and I do like quality. So this is in these situations where the Pocket 3 is very handy. So when I want to travel, like I am at the moment, I don't want to have to bring my big mirrorless camera, so my Sony a7S III, for example, because then I'd have to bring a lens and I'd have to bring the filters, and it's just, it adds more weight, it adds more stuff that I need to bring and stuff that I need to set up. So in that situation, the Pocket 3 is a nice bridge between using an action camera where the quality wouldn't necessarily be that great indoors, and obviously using a mirrorless camera where the quality is fantastic no matter where you're shooting, as long as you've got good lighting, obviously. So that is the one situation anyway, where the Pocket 3 is the go-to for me. So the second scenario is one that I use it in all the time. I use it for this every single time, and that is when I want a webcam. The quality's great. I compare the mic to the Pocket 3, so I don't have to necessarily have a mic connected to my computer via a receiver or anything. I can literally just pair it to the Mic 3 wirelessly, and everything is just contained in the Pocket 3. And like I said, the quality's great, so it just makes a really good webcam. And I also don't have to worry about battery life because it's plugged in, so it's charging itself up as it goes along. So yeah, it's a really good webcam. And finally, BTS. So if I want to capture myself doing something, there are times where I will use a 360 camera because they're great for that, but you obviously have that extra step where you need to import the footage, reframe it or track yourself, and then export the footage, and then you can put it into your project. And it's just an extra step. If I don't have time, I just want to do a video very quickly, then being able to just put the Pocket 3 down, select the tracking or put the tracking on me, and then just have the camera follow me around, then it's perfect for that. And I will usually do really long takes. I won't keep stopping and changing anything. I might pick the camera up and move it to a different location just so it looks like I've got different angles at different points, but I keep the recording going, so I'll have a clip that's maybe 20 to 30 minutes long, and then I can just go through that and I can take out certain bits at certain points that I want to use for B-roll for any kind of talking head. And it's perfect. It's shooting BTS that way is a really good way to create content without thinking too hard about it. So it just comes back to that whole document, don't create that Gary Vee always says. And honestly, ever since he said that, and I heard it years ago, it lives up here, honestly. Whenever I think about my content and I think I need to get some footage, I don't have a lot of time to finesse it and really set up shots. I'll just document, I'll just do whatever I'm doing, I'll put the camera down, have it follow me and track me, and then I can just take clips from it. It's perfect. So like I said, I'm not binning the Pocket 3, okay? I just don't use it for what I originally set out to use it for, because I discovered better options and better options came out along the way. And I just really started to figure out what I truly liked as I started to use other cameras. How about you though? Do you still like the Pocket 3 for vlogging, or do you prefer to use a traditional, I say traditional action camera, I just mean an action camera, just an action camera? Let me know in the comments, drop a comment down below. And don't forget to check out Artlist for Kling 2.6 Pro if you do need some B-roll inspiration, because it really does help. So anyway, I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.